Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. CeeChronicles is my name and I post fragrance related content on this platform, so please consider subscribing and joining the family. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I have a couple of Zaafaran fragrances to sniff, test with you here, but I have played around with them earlier. I'm going to start with Milena. Okay, this is Zaafaran Milena. This is a vial that I got off Hygie Scent and I do have it here sprayed. So it's in its dry down form. This fragrance has been said to smell like Valentino Donna in gold, okay, and I don't have that fragrance. However, when I sprayed it for the very first time, it immediately reminded me of a fragrance that I already have in my collection because of how ylang heavy it is. This is a white and yellow floral. It has a creamy undertone to it. It's going to incorporate the note of jasmine, the apple. It's also going to have the citruses. So it's orange blossom, citruses, and apple at the top. But I wouldn't class this as a crisp scent. It rather holds on to the orange blossom, disregards the crispy feel of an apple or what sometimes citruses do to a fragrance to make it crisp. It doesn't keep that, but you're going to have like a sort of like a burst of that in the opening. Less than 5 minutes in, it quickly gets into the florals interpreting as rich and heady because of how the orange blossom has been used there at the top, and then ylang starts to communicate. This and this smells so similar that if I had bought a full bottle of this Milena, I would have been disappointed because I would have felt as though I have just added another DNA that's going to be redundant in my collection. So for ease of reference, I'm going to say if you have Afnan linked for her, which is this one, you probably might not need to own both, or you can buy one or the other based on what price point you're looking at. The Afnans generally have a better rich, more definition when it comes to their notes, and I'm not saying this one does not have that. It does, but I'm saying in terms of which one to buy, if you're looking for something that's going to be more richer, then this is going to be it. It's a white floral that can sometimes get stuffy. It has a creaminess about it that's a little bit pushy. Yes, it does dry down musky with a little bit of some vanilla, light woods and stuff, but it keeps to that creamy ylang, and that's what I also get in this. However, in this, it has an airiness about it, but to me both kind of feel like they're cut from the same cloth. I just came with it here to show you so that I can at least reference something that I already have. White and yellow floral. I've seen some comparisons of this Milena again to the Dalal that I came with here. Dalal to me is more soapy. It's a white floral is more soapy, whereas this one has those white florals, the yellow florals. It also has like a rosy feel about it. It's very rich. Okay, so that's what I can say about the first one, guys. Zaafaran Milena. Next up, guys, is going to be Manaal. Manaal is on this paper. Manaal, guys, feels very similar to Burberry Goddess. Just by smelling it like this, it feels as though that's what they were going for, but as you wear it, it kind of feels like not really. But if you like Burberry Goddess, you're gonna love it. Okay, I noticed the notes for this list pistachio, also list the almond. I can perceive a nuttiness to this fragrance, but it's not giving me a pistachio, in a green leaning pistachio, or that nuttiness that kind of feels like the pistachio you get in yum pistachio. So if you are going to purchase this based off the notes, that's not what you're going to get. You're going to get a burst of an opening that carries a vanilla and lavender that's very similar to that of Burberry Goddess. It's going to be sweet. In the mid is going to introduce some white florals and that nuttiness from the almond and the pistachio without it turning green. The dry down is where the magic happens, where it kind of veers into another direction. As though it's got some dry spices, dry woods, a dry sandalwood as well, a little bit of a woodiness about it, and they have listed the note of cacao. This is going to be one that if you like Burberry Goddess, yes, you're gonna love this. If you like fragrances like Latafa Anham, you're gonna love this. If you like fragrances like Maison Alhambra Athena, you're gonna love this. But this takes a nutty, cacao-y direction, and this has a softness about it. So I'm going to leave this review as is here and leave it up to you guys to to tell me in the comment section if that's what you get. But certainly it feels like the DNA was inspired by Goddess, and then there were a little bit of some twists and turns. It is called Manaal by Zaafaran. Now the last one, guys, is going to be from the house of Asdaaf. I decided to throw in this one because it's also a subsidiary of Latafa. Zaafaran, Asdaaf, Maison Alhambra, they're all subsidiaries of Latafa. Now this one is Asdaaf Raneen. Okay, Asdaaf Raneen, and I have it sprayed on this paper. This fragrance is on Fragrantica, and the first note that it lists is dragon fruit. If you watched one of my vlogs when I was in Dubai, my very first time eating dragon fruit was under Maima's influence. Dragon fruit as a fruit itself, not that I haven't had drinks before that incorporate that fruit, but the actual fruit. And true, guys, this feels like the peel, the rind of the dragon fruit. The dragon fruit in itself, it was tasteless to me as far as I can remember. What I remember almost tasting or smelling was the actual peel of the dragon fruit. And this replicates that perfectly, but it doesn't, of course, end there. It's going to incorporate the note of pear, jasmine, orange blossom, freesia. That's what it's about in the mid. So the mid becomes floral, but it keeps that slight tang of the greenness, and it keeps that slight powdery feel of the pear. That's what I get. And then it dries down, entering into a more powdery zone because of the introduction of the musk. So remember, the pear is going to be powdery musky, and then it's going to have an orange blossom in the mid with other florals, but it's mostly the orange blossom that's kind of powdery as well, and then it gets into the musk together with that sort of like a sour tang feel about it. That's what I can say, guys, about this one. I ordered this one because of the bottle. This is, of course, a vial. It's called Raneen from Asdaaf. It wasn't a time where I had options like Hygiessen to buy a decant. I probably would have bought that one for the bottle, because it's one of those, that multi-toned bottle with that dragon fruit colored juice in it. Quite a pretty bottle, and they really did try to replicate the notes as they are listed there, because this is one of those that you actually smell all the notes together. There's been comparisons of this to Paradox the Intense. I don't have Paradox the Intense, never smelled it, but I've smelled the regular one, and all I can say is I wouldn't say this one smells exactly like the original one. Kind of does more, so it could be in the same vein as that Intense. And yeah, guys, that is the last one, Asdaaf. Okay, Raneen, and Asdaaf is a subsidiary of Latafa. Let me know in the comment section which one is your favorite from the three that I came with here. Remember to like, comment, and share. And remember, guys, that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.